So hi, welcome to this podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Happy Monday.
It sure fucking is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. Feeling the Monday vibes today, but that's okay. Got to feel the Monday vibes to get through the rest of the week. It's gonna be a good week.
It's an endless cycle.
Yeah, it is. It is. But listen, man, we both got crazy weekends coming up, so like we're just pushing through. We're just pushing through.
Bonkers, bro.
I got Falling in Reverse on Friday with Dance Gavin Dance, Black Veil Brides, Tech Nine, and Jarvis Johnson, and then Sunday IFC Here Now. Don't know how much of it I'm going to be staying for. My artist Rachel Anna Dopkin is performing at the festival, so I know I will be catching her set, but outside of that I don't know what else I will be catching or where I will be or what I am doing, because I already know I have an acoustic set of hers to be at later in the day, so I don't know if I'm actually going to be catching much of the festival, but I know that I will be there at least for a little bit. So that's what my weekend's looking like. And you've got Silver Scream Con.
I've got Silver Scream Con with the brand new shiny lineup of Ice Nine Kills, In This Moment, TX2, Avatar, and Final Jason. The final something like that.
Yeah.
God, I feel like it's so disrespectful to just keep like hammering in on the fact that I just don't care for that lineup. Again, I'm excited for TX2.
And of course,
everyone else. They're there too. Yeah. You know, it's kind of a toss up right now. It's
that's awesome.
I'm excited to go with my friends.
There you go.
Ink will be there In This Moment.
Will be there.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar will be there.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, killer. I don't have anything Sunday except just the convention still.
Yeah. You got the whole convention swirling around it. So that's very exciting. But yeah, I haven't been to any shows. This weekend is what's going to kind of kick it back off for me. I sat down and kind of figured out what I'm doing this fall, where I'm going, who what I'm seeing, the wish list stuff, because I don't buy a shitload of tickets in advance anymore. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If I know it's going to sell out, I'm buying the tickets. Other than that, I'm waiting. So I bought a ticket for the Lorna Shore tour because for some reason New York City was like dirt cheap on StubHub.
How much is dirt cheap?
$28 after fees to get my ass in the door.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is it pit? All pit?
No, it's a theater, so there's pit and then 2 seated levels. So I'm like up here, but when I saw Ice Nine Kills and Motionless in White in the city at that same venue, separate shows. Of
course.
They were,
unfortunately.
Yes, it was on that second balcony, and the view's fine because the 2 balconies are in line with each other. One is obviously just higher than the other.
Was that the show where you met Pat?
No, that was the Trinity of Terror tour.
Trinity. Okay, yes. That's why I was like, yeah. Wasn't Motionless? Okay.
Yeah. Right. So I did see them together in the city, but then last year when they did, when Ice Nine Kills did the first leg of the Kiss of Death tour, you went to that, and then when Motionless did their tour with Knocked Loose, separate tours, both at the same venue, sat basically in the same seat.
Wonderful.
In the same section, because for some reason the way they do it is all the seats are all general admission too, which is a problem for me when I go by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have to make friends with the person sitting next to me, because I always go for that aisle seat. Very sought after. But yeah, I bought tickets for that because I was like, I obviously want to see Lorna Shore. I haven't seen them in a couple of years, and Kubla Khan and Whitechapel, crazy ass lineup. But coming up after, that's at the end of next month. Coming up after this weekend, I've got Korn on next Friday. Yeah.
Whatever the hell they say.
Point
Did
North.
They perform Twist live?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Most of the time, yeah.
Can you record that for me? I need to see that shit.
I might have a recording of it somewhere. I'll look.
I gotta see that shit. Does he actually do it? Or is it like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does it. So I've got Korn next Friday, Point North next Saturday, Korn again the Monday after that. So.
Wow, so it's a little sandwich of corn.
Yeah, a little corn sandwich.
A little corn sandwich. You could have fucking had Belmont in there too.
No, that would have been a couple weeks from then, but knocked loose instead.
Oh, sorry, I got fucking. Well, there was another show that you were debating against Point North and
The Warning and Nothing More, that radio festival, but it's the same venue as I'm seeing Korn at on Friday in Camden, and I already hate going there as it is. And I was debating doing both shows in the same day because it would like technically end early enough where I could pull into Asbury and just scoot in and see Point North.
Dude.
But the problem is Asbury Park on a Saturday night, if I'm not getting there early enough, I will completely miss Point North looking for a spot to park my car. So I
think you should do it.
As crazy as I am, I think I'm going to have to pass on that. Although I've been thinking about it. I've also been like, I hate going to New York City, especially like outside of the train station. I'm like, but what if I went to New York City, like Brooklyn, to see The Warning?
I think you should. Yes.
They added a second Brooklyn show because, obviously the first one sold out. Basically, the entire tour, besides whatever festivals they're on, is sold out. So I was like, what if I did it? But, that sounds like a headache and a half, man.
But it's all going to be worth it because YOLO,
No, I'm staying home.
Oh, okay. You know what? Fuck you, man.
Made.
Watch fucking live stream, I guess, man.
Watch your shit on YouTube. But yeah, lots of gigs coming up. Very excited. Getting back into it in the fall here. So that's good. That's good. And, kicking it off here with Falling in Reverse and Korn. I've been looking forward to these Korn shows for a while with Gojira and Spirit Box. Spirit Box, who we'll be talking about later. But this was a healthy dose of albums this week. There were a lot. So jumping right into it here. Future Palace dropped their new album, Distortion. We have an interview dropping with Maria. This review will come out before that. So the interview comes out on Thursday. Check it out. Thursday the 12th. If you're watching this after Thursday the 12th, it's down in the description of the clip. If you're watching the real long video, I'm sorry. You have to go to our channel and find it. But great time chatting with Maria, getting into the nitty gritty on the record, hearing about, quite frankly, how chaotic the entire experience was. I was watching
shit show.
I was watching back a good chunk of the interview because it was recorded so long ago. I'm like, I keep notes, but I gotta refresh my memory because I actually missed. I actually had a couple of things that I didn't write down that I had to remove when I completely forgot my follow-up question and I didn't make a note to make sure to cut that out. Things like that.
Shit like that. Just girly things, right?
But yeah, so I was like, holy shit, the process for this is crazy. But we'll let Maria discuss that. The album, bro, all killer, no filler.
Damn right. I was thinking the exact same thing while just listening through it for, a couple times today. Holy shit. It's just go, 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 go. All wonderfully produced, crisp as shit. Sounds incredible. Just everything about it. It's just a really good album.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no quote unquote like slow moment in the album. Like really, if you wanted to get nitpicky, Dream State, just because it's a little bit more of a vibey moment on the record. But other than that, like it just uncontrolled opens this record up and it just rips. Especially like the beginning it's front loaded with the singles. The back half is where most of the non-singles are. And it's actually all non-singles after Decarabia. But it's front loaded, but it just flows so well because it doesn't matter. It's just boom, punches you in the face and you just get going. Mouthass is one of my favorite singles off or one of my favorite songs off the record. I thought that song was fucking incredible when it was released as a single, and in the interview we discussed it was meant to kind of be an in-between track because they were doing a bunch of crazy touring opening for Electric Callboy at the time. The Echoes of Disparity is another crazy ass song because you've got Charlie from As Everything Unfolds on there.
Insane.
And I'm also a big fan of Decarabia.
That's my favorite.
It's a great like middle point on the record too, because then obviously it flips into the songs that people are a little less familiar with. But overall incredible record. Also really like Amethyst. I think it's a great closer. They take what they want. I could sit here and name every single song because, as I said to open this, it's all killer, no filler. It just straight up rips. It's got to be one of the better metalcore records I've heard this year, because it just rips straight through. Really, really stoked to see another record from them so soon, because the last one was only a couple years ago. And hoping that this one catches more people's attention, because I need this band performing here in the US like yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like I was just nodding my head that entire review, because everything you were saying I completely agree with, because they're fucking crazy. The track listing is great. As you said, it is front loaded, but damn, it fucking tosses you into the record. Decoravia is also my favorite of all time. I love how fucking feels like you're slow dancing. And it's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a lyric in it, or we're dancing to, I'm like 90% sure. It's fucking crazy. The record is incredible. Vocals are insane. Everything about the record, you got to check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah. Highly recommend this one. Been a big fan of this band for a while. Stoked for more and hoping to see them over here.
Damn right. Right. Rex Orange County drops a new album, The Alexander Technique.
Take it away, Glory. You got this one, man. I've seen you listen to this record like 6 times today. I don't know how you had time for the rest of the playlist, honestly.
And it's an hour long. I have listened to it for like 6 times today. I don't know how it's possible. This album is incredible. Timed it perfectly, because I just gotten back into Rex Orange County. I've kind of been on and off since like 2018 probably, of listening to his music. So for whatever reason, something struck me a couple months ago, and I was like, I'm gonna get back into Rex Orange County. And then he announced the album, and I was like, dude, this is crazy. Look how this shit works, right? So I was like fucking ready, stoked for this record. To me, it did not disappoint. This is exactly what I wanted. Well, I'll take that back. This is great. I love this record a lot. The album that I have been listening to the most by him recently is his most popular record, I'm sure, which is Pony 2019.
Is that the one with his face on it?
Yeah, where he's doing a little smile. Yeah. And he's in the little white t-shirt. But I like that record a lot. It is my favorite record by him. And what I really like about it is how forward it is with the orchestra and the strings and kind of like horns. Like, it is very fucking, it's huge. It is big. This one is a lot more toned back, which caught me off guard, because I really wanted kind of like that little upbeat, horn section or whatever the fuck. This record did not have that. I'm pretty sure it only had like one track that kind of reminded me of Pony, which is fine. It's 2 completely different records, 5 years apart. I would probably be upset if he was still making that same music. I'd be like, can you be original for one? So it's like,
stop trying to recreate the thing that made you popular, bro.
Exactly.
Move on.
So it's like, move the fuck on. So I can't say that. He was gonna lose either way with this point. It's like, either you sounded too much like how you did 5 years ago, or you don't sound like it at all, and I'm a little upset. So it's kind of like a shrug. I love how this record flows. I think it's incredible. Obviously the record is talking about him kind of going to therapy and kind of figuring out what's wrong with himself, and past relationships, present relationships, family, future, all that fucking shit. And perspective. A lot of it is perspective as well. I don't even know where to fucking start. It's just genuinely a really good record. It is exactly what I needed. This record is crazy. I say that like it's fucking metal or something. It's really good. And his voice is so sweet. I love his voice a lot. My favorites, I'm gonna give like 4, okay? The Table is my number 1, because what the fuck is wrong with you? That's it. Pure is my second favorite. I love Pure a lot. It is such a sweet little song, and it's very good. I also really like the closer, which is Finally. I didn't like it as a closer before, because I was putting it next to It's Not the Same Anymore, which is again, it has orchestral parts, and it's very somber, but then it kind of turns into like a happy ending. Where this one, to me, it just felt like it kind of ended and it was just over, and it was like, oh,
On to the next
where'd the
one.
album go?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what the fuck happened? Um, and then I also really like Alexander, which is the opener where he's talking about his back hurts and it's kind of introducing the record.
Mhm.
I also, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm fucking geeking over this album. I didn't realize how much I liked it until now. I believe it's Therapy is the one where it's kind of past the 3 singles that he dropped. Well, 4. I'm pretty sure The Table was a single. But the 3 front-loaded singles, Therapy, where he's just kind of like, welcome, this is the album, so, get comfortable. Where I was like, oh shit, that's actually really cool, because everything after this we haven't heard yet. So it's kind of like, here's the shit that now that we have that out of the way, welcome to the record. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm shutting the fuck up now. Good record, it was okay. That was it.
Yeah. I think we've established with the singles, but now we're going to reestablish, for me personally,
Okay.
this is not what I go for.
No.
Sonically,
So far
the indie singer-songwriter vibe that Rex Orange County brings to the table is not for me. It is not the thing that I listen to. It is not the thing I seek out. But when Glory comes to me and says, I am so fucking amped on this record and I want to talk about it, I'm going to look like a douchebag if I say no. So we're
especially because I've listened to so much shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have put her through so much. Basically, me pushing metal down her throat is a big part of why she likes metal now. So
absolutely,
I listen to the albums when I'm told to at this point. So I just wanted to set that premise that at the end of the day, this is not something that I'm looking to come back to, but I removed any sort of feelings, preconceived notions I had about the music and the genre, knowing what I was getting myself into, and just listening to it as a piece of music, as a reviewer should.
Okay.
Doing my job here.
Okay.
And as a piece of music for the genre that is trying to be accomplished here, it is phenomenal. I think he knocked it out of the park in that singer-songwriter indie chill vibe space that this album lives in. I thought that it flowed incredibly well. Like there wasn't any part where I was like, oh, can the next song please fucking come on? Like I personally felt like some parts dragged because it would just get very quiet, and I'm like, okay, where's the breakdown? Like I'm lost here. There should be the call out and the breakdown like right here. But I didn't have myself looking at the track list being like, oh, can this please be over? So I think that, with that being said, the goal was accomplished when it comes to making a cohesive record. I really liked 2008 because it perked my ear. It was a little bit on the more upbeat side, as well as Much Too Much. Those were the two ones that kind of had my ear perked because they at least started out a little bit on the happier, louder side for this kind of music. So I thought that those songs were incredibly solid. But overall, I think that it's a very solid, cohesive record that does exactly what it's supposed to. And, for the right person like you, it's a fantastic record. For me, I recognize it's a fantastic record, but I will be listening to other things that came out this week that are a little bit more up my alley.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Good ass review.
Thank
man.
you. Thank
Fuck
you.
Yeah.
I did my homework.
Yeah. No, that was fucking awesome, man. I was like, damn, you're right. Those songs were like, like hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Boston Manor dropped their new album, Sundiver. I'm going to say it every fucking time we talk about Boston Manor from this point forward. This is an album band.
Yes, absolutely.
I can hear how good the songs are as singles, but this is one of those bands where I hate to use the line, but in the context of the record, everything is so much better.
It is. Yeah, because it gives them more space to play versus being just, here's 4 minutes, a little bite, and if you like it, you like it. But I feel like you have to listen to it so you don't write off anything too quickly, because as you said, in the context of the record, it all makes sense, and it's very full. it is very them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I agree. Just to add on.
So this is the other side of Datura. Opens up with Datura Dawn. So, you know, we finally got that companion record that I was so afraid we weren't going to get, because, you know, there was basically two years between albums, and, you know, this concept and this idea was announced with that record, and I was like, and, you know, we asked the question and they were like, nah, album hasn't been, you know, we're focused on part one. What are you asking us about the side B for?
Give us a break, man. If you want to watch that interview, you can go and watch it. It was a lot of fun. It was great.
But so I'm stoked, and I really like this universe and this side of the band, because it allows for the atmospheric songs to world build, and that was what I enjoyed about Datura so much, is that, like, the songs were fucking fantastic, but then there were also, and it was a shorter record, there were a couple of more atmospheric songs that were more so to add to the vibe that really just tied the whole thing together. Because, like, I had heard those singles and was like, great songs, but, like, that's where I'm left at. And then I heard the album as a whole, and I'm like, holy shit, my entire world just changed, and my love for Boston Manor just completely flipped, and it's a deep love now. So this record's a little less of the atmospheric tracks. There's a lot more just straight up songs, but it still does have a couple of those what feel like world building, story building kind of songs that really tie the album together. Again, it is front loaded with the singles like Container and Sliding Doors, Hit Me Up. So no problem with that. They're all fucking bangers, and they all and I all enjoy them a lot more in the context of the album. I'm gonna keep saying that for this one, because it was like the main point I led with. I always liked Heat Me Up, and it's still probably my favorite. But even, you know, the B side of the record with songs like Dissolve, it's just like everything is fucking fantastic about this album. You know, and I think it's fantastic, and I think that they really knocked this idea out of the park, and you know, amped to see where it goes from here, but very glad we finally got that side, the other side of this world that we were told about 2 years ago.
God, it's been so long. I kind of forgot about it, like, a little bit, but it was just enough for it to still kind of be like, oh, I do remember that. Like, it was like on the cusp of being completely forgotten. Like, oh, they said they were doing a part 2. So I think they did very well with the timing on that, because it gave the other record time to shine without everyone kind of asking for this one. I think this record is incredible. The energy on it is fucking awesome. As you said, it's still kind of, it's not as atmospheric or kind of like woozy as the other one, but it is still kind of that big, you're experiencing something. It's not that you're listening to something, you're experiencing something when you're listening to it. Container, I'm pretty sure I said I really liked it as a single, but because that fucking riff, I fuck with that riff so hard. So it is still my favorite track off the record. And now listening to the record, I could still say it is my favorite. As you said, to add to your point, with their singles and how they're kind of more of an album band versus kind of like a single band, and you kind of have to wait to see the full picture before you judge their music or the record before it's out. I think they picked their singles perfectly for this record. Listening through and kind of hearing, kind of having that, oh, I know that one. Okay. Compared to everything else, it makes sense why they chose the ones they chose. They sound like the ones that you put to the front to kind of bring people in. Incredible choices. Great record. Very happy that the story is now complete, I assume. Hey, maybe they're doing a part 3, man. Trilogy. Who fucking knows, man? I love this record a lot. I love this band a lot. We've been covering them for the past, this is like the 3rd record we've covered by them, right?
Yeah. Been covering them for a while. But I would just like to speak to your point, like, you mentioned like building an experience, and that is what I've gotten with the past two records, the last one and this one, is like I'm not listening to Boston Manor album, I'm listening to a Boston Manor experience when I'm listening to these couple of records, and I love that so much. And it's always been a fan of Boston Manor, and quite frankly I remember not fully enjoying that 2020 record that we covered. I remember really liking the last couple of songs. I remember distinctly driving to get lunch and having those last two songs on because I thought they were so good. But I remember not enjoying that album as a full body of work, and maybe it's because it just wasn't for me, or maybe it's because I didn't understand it. Who knows? Yeah. But these past two records have been experiences, and it's like what I was expecting, knowing that we were getting the other side of Datura. I would have been upset if I didn't get an experience. So they knocked it out of the park with this. I highly recommend. I think it's a fucking banger.
Damn right. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Fame on Fire dropped the new album, The Death Card. We spoke to Fame on Fire. It is coming out this Friday. If you're watching it past Friday the 13th, it is already out. You could check it out in the description if you're watching the clipped version of this review. It was a lot of fun. It was great. We got to talk about tarot cards, and that was fucking awesome.
I also learned Glory's super into tarot cards.
Okay, no, I fuck lightly. I said in the interview, I fuck lightly.
That's right. I watched that part.
Yeah. Because, fun fact, I actually mispronounced whatever the fuck the main tarot cards are called, and I said it with my chest, too. And you know what? I'm not ashamed, because who's gonna fucking stay up at night crying that I fucking mispronounced it? Calm the fuck down.
I will.
It's okay, chill.
Can we I'm gonna take the interview down. Can we splice that and fix that?
Yeah, let me just overdub it, actually, like really quickly. This album is incredible. I had to rewatch a good bit of the interview because I had to get clips for it. And hearing Brian say that he was worried going into the writing process that they'd never be able to create something as good as Welcome to the Chaos, their last record. Dude, this is better than Welcome to the Chaos. And I really like that record a lot. So that's saying a good bit. I think it's because, in my opinion, the tarot card view and the tarot card angle, there you go, that they took is so much cooler, and it is so much angstier than I think kind of like the Halloween vibe that they were going for last time. I feel like that's belittling it, saying Halloween, but Halloween's cool as fuck. So
but like horror kind of thing feels like it's been a little bit overdone in the metalcore community, because we have a couple of very prominent bands where that is their shtick, and plenty of other bands that are not at, like, still very much in the scene and still very much at the forefront that is also their shtick. And there's nothing wrong with that. Horror and heavy music go together very well, but there's something to say about this concept that has not been done as much or ever before, that makes it a lot more interesting. I really enjoy this record. I think it's the best thing they've ever done.
I completely agree, fully.
They have been leveling up with each record. We've been covering every single album since the 2020 Levels, and Levels was fine. I don't remember us being huge fans of it, but at that
haters
at that time they were still doing a lot of covers as well, so it was kind of like this blend of originals and covers, and still kind of having a feeling about the band that's like, they're just a cover band, that's taking a shot at originals, like whether or not that's the right way to feel about it. But they have since pretty much entirely went away from that, and they're focusing in on the bread and butter originals. Welcome to the Chaos, I thought was a fantastic record, and I still do. I think that this one levels it up even further, even outside of the concept and the idea behind the record. I think every single song on here is a fucking ripper. I mean, it's pretty much they just smack you in the face a bunch of times, and then Lie to Me is where it kind of fades off, and the pain is stinging from being slapped with every other song, and your face is a little swollen and red, but like, you know, you're trailing off at the end there. You know, if we want to go with that analogy, but you know, huge fan of this record. I was listening to Octane this weekend, and it was crazy to see them doing an Octane takeover. Because like other bands recently that I've seen Octane takeovers from would be Bring the Horizon and Wage War, which are like
well established,
way up there
massive
bands. And you know, to hear Fame on Fire, and I feel like Fame on Fire also did their takeover correctly, because I heard like half of their album, whereas when Bring Me did theirs and Wage War did theirs, it was pretty much like the singles, and then that was it. Whereas I feel like Fame on Fire did their takeover correctly, because like I was hearing album tracks while I was driving around this weekend. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's the right way you do a takeover.
Yeah, good job, guys. Good job.
But Nightmare has been just a massive song for them. It's crazy that a couple weeks ago they were #1 on the Octane Big Uns countdown, and they're still like in the top 3 right now. But it's been crazy to watch that song take off, and well deserved. I think it's a fantastic song. It was my favorite single, and it's still one of my favorites off of the record. I'm trying not to overplay it, or you know, let the radio overplay it for me. Also really like Suicide, and I also like Habits a lot. I think that those are some of the strongest songs on the record, but I really and truly believe, as I said at the beginning, that every single song on here is strong and a fucking banger, and they really knocked it out of the park. So it is funny to hear like we didn't think we were going to make anything better, and like in both of our opinions, they completely knocked it out of the park.
100%. It's I feel like you can't even compare the two. It's like two different fucking levels. It's fucking it's insane. I love seeing them grow. I love seeing them change. I am excited to see, I know this one just came out, but because this is their last one under their label, curious to see what their next record sounds like, if they break free of anything. My favorite is still The Fool. Come on, it's the best fucking card. And it was a single, so it's been my favorite for a minute. Every time I hear it, I go, that one, that's the good one. That's the really, really good one. So yeah, great job, guys. I love the record a lot. I echo everything Shane said and everything I said before Shane.
And I echo everything Glory said before that. Except the part where she said she likes tarot cards. I don't know shit about that.
You know, they're so fun. There's only one time that they actually predicted like an entire night for me, and it was crazy. All other times it's just been like, you know, it's like jack shit, you know, it's so fun.
Catch them on tour with Wage War, Era, and Throne. Crazy ass lineup. They're first of 4 on the bill. I will be there in New Jersey. I will be sending Glory videos because she will not be attending, but I'll attend for the both of us.
Yeah, as long as they play The Fool, just give me like a little video of that.
A little cell phone video.
Yeah,
I'll bring a DS to take a video of.
That would actually be fucking badass. I would be so down for that. So
that's great. Blink-182 dropped deluxe edition of their album One More Time. This is called One More Time Part 2, and it's got 8 new Blink-182 songs, and honestly, they're just as good as the 20 some odd songs that were on the record.
Yeah, they could have easily been fit on there. Yeah. I wonder what the sorting process was for that, like why these didn't make it on there, because they just
would have made it way too fucking long. That's my thought.
I mean like why did they pick the other songs versus these is what I'm saying. It would have been way too fucking long, and I think people would have been like, what the hell happened to Blink? Why are they dropping hour-and-a-half albums now? Like, what the fuck's happening? I enjoy these a lot. They're great bonus tracks. A lot of bonus tracks. Usually we got like 2 or 3 if we're lucky, but they gave us, how many you say, fucking 8?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, did they hold anything back? Like, that's like a little fucking silly. And they dropped 2 of them as singles, right?
Yeah, the first 2.
Insane. I think it's great. I do prefer this over the record, I would say, maybe because it's a little more bite-sized. And they're a little faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, same point that I said with the singles when we last reviewed them. Tom, you got your voice back. Thank you so much. You scared me. You scared me on that record like a lot. I was like, who's this random ass man singing? That's not Tom. And now, like, in all of these tracks, it's his fucking, like,
the Tom voice.
The Tom voice. Yeah. So I don't know, he could just flip that shit on or off. I don't know why he would ever flip it off, because that's fucking voice that everyone knows him for. But yeah, I like this a lot.
Yeah. In case it wasn't 100% clear, we're only chatting about the new songs because we chatted about the record in depth when it came out. But opinions still stand on that. It's still a strong record. Blew us the fuck away. When we heard it. And these deluxe albums just reinforce, or these deluxe tracks just reinforce that feeling for me of like being blown the fuck away and being like, holy shit, the band is fucking back. We are so back.
We're so back.
Well, I would like to say they did the deluxe album right, because there is no remixes, there are no reimagines, there are no demos, tracks. There are no acoustic songs, there is nothing. It is 8 brand new, fully finished songs, fully produced, mixed, mastered for your consumption. Don't get me wrong. I like an occasional remix if done correctly.
Me personally, I do not.
Yes. I like the occasional demo, mainly the demo, because you get to hear like maybe something that, you know, didn't make the cut. That's fun. Or even a demo of a song that you love so much that now you get to hear what it was like originally. And the occasional acoustic song or version for the right song can be really awesome if done correctly. And you know, if it's a very emotional song, if you can hear that in the vocals, that's what I gravitate towards.
And don't even get me fucking started on the live tracks on a fucking bonus edition.
I forgot about the fucking live tracks. Don't even get me fucking
started. That shit is a cop out.
They could have done a whole record because they just finished up a tour. They could have just taken a soundboard recording from one of the dates and slapped that on there and been like, deluxe edition.
There you go, guys. Enjoy.
But they didn't do that. 8 brand new songs. That's how you do a fucking deluxe edition.
Damn right.
I'm with Glory. I enjoy these songs a lot. I think, you know, obviously I really like the record. I like these additional songs because they sound just like they sound like they came off of the record that they're attached to. Makes sense. And I think what you said about like they feel a little bit faster and they flow is because, you know, the album has some slower moments on it where it gets emotional about, you know, Tom coming back and what was going on with Mark and everything like that. So there are moments like that on the record that slow it down, whereas you don't have that. These are just 8 bangers, which I feel like we would have gotten that same experience if you just removed whatever slow song was in the way of slamming through the rest of the album. So you know, I think they maintained the vibe. They didn't pull anything out of left field. It's you know, 8 more rippers. I'm here for it. I think it's great. If you're a fan of blink-182 and you liked the last album, you should check out these additional songs because they are good.
Damn right. I agree. Super Whatever dropped their new EP. That pretty shade of purple, making dirty circles in the parking lot.
Hell yeah. Well,
got it.
I can't believe we're talking about Super Whatever in the year 2024.
Now, this is when we say we're so back.
We are so back.
We're so back.
Yes.
Super Whatever is back officially. And I'm very happy to hear that. They're a big part of, I mean, they were like, Sky was like one of the first people we interviewed that was like on the bigger side and like actually like gave a fuck about us. So that was really cool. So I think because of that, we're going to be Super Whatever supporters for the rest of time.
Yeah.
This EP is 2 tracks.
It's really 2 demos. And we're only calling it an EP because it's got that really fun name that Glory was managed to get out. I would have stumbled all over it. But it's really just two songs, two demos. They're back together. So just wanted to kind of signify that the band is back with these two. You got one new song, which is Go Forth and Lie to Yourself, and Lungs We've Got 'Em is just the better demo, which was so fucking awesome to hear, by the way. Like, that's what I was talking about with Blink-182, where like demo of a song you really love, because better, pretty fucking awesome. We got to interview Sky about that record, so I do enjoy that album a fair bit.
It's so good.
But yeah, overall I think both of these songs are cool. Granted, they are stripped down demo, not much going on, but there is something to say about Sky's vocals and
always
that and lyricism, that it doesn't matter if it's a demo or a fully fledged song, it cuts you deep and hits you the right way. So these are just demos, but I got the same feeling listening to these songs as I do from the fully fledged fucking recorded albums that are out there in super whatever discography. So big fan of these, stoked that they are back, and hoping to see some new original fully produced music in the near future. This guy's also got his solo project going now, so lots in that
stuff.
sphere happening all of a sudden.
Love to see it and love to hear it.
Hell yeah. Hands Like Houses dropped their new single, The Devil of Decisions. I think that this one fucking rips. I think Josh was belting away. He sounded great on this song, as always. Are you looking to see what the next EP is called?
I was looking, and I think they caught on to me because it's just the track title. So you got me there, guys.
Oh no!
Unless the EP is called The Devil, I don't think it is.
But I think that this song's great. They keep crushing it. I'm just patiently waiting for hopefully an album, because we keep getting these 4-track EPs. But we'll see.
But also, guys, don't pull a Haley Williams and just take the fucking EPs and put them into an album. Or do. You know what? You can do whatever the fuck you want. Me saying don't do it probably won't stop you, but just know I will be a little upset.
Yeah. Like just a little bit.
Just like a little bit. I thought this track was fucking awesome. I like it a lot. I really like this band. I like what they're doing, and I want more.
Yeah.
That's
keep giving us more. They keep doing it.
They keep doing it, but I want a full project, because it's very difficult to review a single when it's like, as we said with fucking Boston Manor, it's kind of like you're in, you're out, and that's kind of it. You don't have time to really process the world or whatever they're trying to build around you. It's just kind of like, you have 3 minutes and 32 seconds to catch my attention and hold it and make it super memorable, which they do, but it's like, I want to be immersed in that.
Yeah, definitely do want an album, because like even when it comes time to talk about these past couple of EPs, it's just the 3 singles that we already talked about on top of one new song. So it's like, how much can we really add to the conversation when it's still like kind of that feeling of you're in and you're out, because there's this familiarity with the first 3 songs, and then all of a sudden there's this 4th new one, and and then the reviews are pretty much just like, there's previous episodes where we talk about the other 3 songs, so we're just going to focus on this. Those songs are great, and we'll say they're great, but like just this one. So it becomes a glorified track review, but that is solely reviewer pettiness, wishing there was an album to chat about, so that we can go super in depth. It's solely an us problem, and to the average listener, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Get a grip.
But the song is good. Hoping for an album.
There you go. Check. Fever 333 dropped a new single, Desert Rap. Fever 333, I love you so much. Everything you do is wonderful. Your music is incredible. The beats are incredible. The vocals are fucking infectious. I love this band so much. I'm so excited, and I need more.
Yes. I agree. I'm actually wearing the Knotfest shirt that I saw them, the tour that I saw them at.
Yeah, whatever.
Not the flex or anything like that, Glory. Great band. I agree with Glory, though. I think this is another fucking fantastic song. They've got an album coming out less than a month now, October 4th. So very excited for that. Excited finally for a new Fever 333 album. You know, we got an EP a couple years ago, but it's been, you know, kind of, you know, some silence over in the Fever camp pretty much since this tour. So excited for more. Stoked for this album. They're hitting the road hard in the fall. So any dates near you, go check them out. They put on a fantastic live performance. So highly recommend.
Damn right.
But yeah, can't emphasize enough. I'm very excited for this album.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Memphis Mayfire dropped a new single, Infection. They continue to blow me away with every fucking song.
Maddie Mullins, the vocalist that you are.
Yeah, man. It's
never ceased to disappoint me.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
It is fucking awesome. I'm a big fan of this single. It's just like each single continues to top the last one. Although Chaotic, I know it was the first single, but it sits up here.
Right.
It sits up here. The rest of them sit here. There's just something about that song, but very much enjoy this single. I'm excited to see them next month with Asking Alexandria and The Word Alive and Archers, and I'm hoping they play all of these songs. Yes, crazy lineup. I'm hoping they play all of these songs, hoping for an album announced soon, because we got 4 singles so far, so let's go.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, but
we know it's coming.
Yeah, other than that, loving it so far. These have been on loop and stoked for more.
Damn right. Yeah, fuck with it. Heavy.
Oh yeah.
Rain City Drive dropped a new single, Concrete Closure. I love Rain City Drive so much. Something about their music is just it's just good. It's very good.
It's good noise.
It's good. Okay, shut the fuck up. You know what? I'm done. That's whatever. I like their music a lot. It is very it's just comfortable, I guess, for me, because it's a sound that I'm familiar with. But it's also still fresh, and it doesn't sound like something that I've one-to-one that I've heard, but it's a sound that I know, and I could go like, oh, I want to listen to Rain City Drive, I want to listen to this. It's great. I love this band a lot. It's so good.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
I also am a big fan of this band. I have enjoyed all the singles. They're another band for me that always kind of feels more like an album band than a single band. Like the song, see where it's going, but need that full thing to really grasp it all for me. Big fan of this song, though. I think it is my favorite single so far. I'm excited for this album. It drops at the end of the month.
So for the tour, to see just shit from the tour, because that's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's low ticket warnings and things of that nature. So if it's coming near you, you should make sure that the tickets aren't very close to selling out, and you should buy tickets anyway, because they're popping, you know. So you know, definitely should get there before they're playing arenas.
Yeah, because that's just coming up. Guaranteed.
Man. Hell yeah.
Oh, God.
Spirit Box dropped their new single, Soft Spine. God fucking damn it. Do I love Spirit Box. Holy shit. I cannot wait to see this song live in a fucking amphitheater and then the fucking arena. Bro, holy shit. I love this fucking band. I love when they're heavy. I love when they're atmospheric. I love when they make fucking music. This one is heavy. It's a heavy fucking banger. I am so into it. I love this fucking band. This song fucking rips, and I hope that this is the start of an album cycle, because it's been too damn long.
They had the little EP.
Yes, don't care, want an album. The EP was great. It was fantastic.
The EP
was
great.
A perfect blend of their sounds. I digress, but album, need it. Need LP too.
Album now, please. I really liked this track a lot. I liked it sounded way different from what I remember just their sound being. Again, I don't really revisit Spirit Box often. It's just if they come on in like the radio, it's usually just Holy Roller that comes on. So it's like I know that one song like memory. I have that shit memorized, but it's just like the rest of their sound. So it's kind of hard to. Is this usually what they sound like?
No, I mean they do it. They do it all. Like the EP is where they started. The most recent EP is where they started to do a little bit more like this. There were a couple of songs that were heavier. But they also do plenty of like more atmospheric stuff, like on the album, where there were obviously heavy songs. Holy Roller, Yellow Jacket, basically like the first 3 or 4 songs on the album were just like kicking the teeth. But then they do plenty of the more atmospheric, vibey kind of stuff, with some screaming in it. So they do a little bit of it all, but this is more like a stereotypical like metalcore song in a sense. And I'm into it. Like I want the album. I don't care what they do because I'm going to enjoy it no matter what. But I would love more of this. Just keep kicking me, man. I love it.
Yeah, no, I really liked this sound a lot. And I was asking because I was like, okay, so what songs do I need to listen to for more of this? Because I really liked the energy in this song. I liked how big it was. And this definitely sounds like something that you would hear in an amphitheater, arena, fucking stadium ass shit. Like, it's insane. I've
been wanting to see them in an arena for so fucking long because they did that their first arena tour with Ghost, and I was like, God damn it, I can't go. And then Ghost. They did the second arena tour with Shinedown, and I was so close to going, but I was sick around that time, so I didn't get to go. I didn't have a ticket, and I was like, maybe, because I also had like some plans around that, and then I wound up not being able to go, and Papa Roach was there too, and I still haven't seen them either. So now finally checking
you just missed out completely.
Finally checking off the arena box and just throwing the amphitheater on there too, bro. Can't wait. So excited. I'm gonna be so normal next weekend.
So normal. So normal.
So fucking
normal. It's not
normal.
like one of your favorite bands. No.
So normal.
No Offense dropped a new single, Pet with the Tism.
Yep. And as you can tell by the cover art, deluxe of the album that just came out earlier this year. Deluxe is coming out later this year. Very fucking cool. I think that this song is awesome. It fits in with the vibe of 100%. the album. Got that like hyper pop-ish kind of feeling, that very chaotic feeling that you get throughout the entire album. And we interviewed him about the record. We talked about that and encapsulating that vibe in the album. So check out the interview if you haven't check out the album if for some reason you haven't listened to the full record. And Deluxe is coming out at the end of this year, so get stoked for that. The song is awesome, fits the vibe, as I said. Very cool.
Damn right. I like this track a lot. It's very reminiscent of the 2010s, I'd say, of just that kind of like just kind of chaotic, like people are fucking around on this track, aren't they? They had fun with this one. I've never heard something like this. So it's kind of like that era of music that it reminds me of, which is very good because I would always hear like something like this and go, I want more of that. And then not know what the fuck to look up for it. Like what? Like alt glitchy pop ? Rock. It's like I wouldn't fucking know where to start. Yeah. I like this a lot. Big fan of No Offense. Great.
And Noah now has a whole album of that sound. If that's still something you're looking for.
If you're and if a listener is looking for it, if you were like me, looking for that sound and didn't know where to find it,
boy do I have the album for you.
Go for it. Watch the interview. And then listen to that.
Yeah. Or do it in the other order if you want to know what we're talking about first. It's up to you. Resolve dropped a new single, Molotov. Another fucking ripper from Resolve. Love this band a lot. Liked the album that they put out last year, and stoked for more.
I feel like we've been supporting this band. We've interviewed them twice. For 2 albums. Yeah. I'm so happy that they're still fucking doing this shit because they are incredible. Every time, if they pop up on the calendar, which they haven't yet, come on guys. I always get excited because their shit is so fucking good. It's so clean. It doesn't disappoint. I really like this track a lot. I like glitchy shit. I like the heavy breakdown. Big fan of it. I gotta see this band live. Like where the fuck have they been?
They gotta get over here to the US, man.
Come on. Swim.
Yeah.
It's not that far, right? And it can't be that far. Come on, guys. Yeah, big fan. Hollow Front dropped a new single, Hold Me Down.
Have been enjoying Hollow Front for a while. We've had them on the podcast here twice now. But this right here is my favorite song by them, hands down. I thought that this shit ripped. When I looked up, because I was like, holy fuck, and then I saw it was Hollow Front, I'm like, yo, they cooked.
No fucking
because every time and every record that we've gotten a chance to talk about has been awesome, and I have enjoyed it, and it's great.
Absolutely.
Great metalcore, as always. You know, we wouldn't be talking about it and having them on the podcast if we didn't enjoy it at least a little bit. But this single blew me the fuck away, so I very much like this a lot. And I'm excited to see what's next.
Again, it feels like they've leveled up again. Great to always see progression. Great to always see them evolving and shit. Awesome track. I did like it a lot.
Hell yeah. Touche Amore dropped a new single, Hal Ashby. Because of the style of music, it is very much in our world, but it's a little bit more of that spoken word kind of vibe, which nothing wrong with that. Has always been a band where I'm like, this is cool. But I don't know. But this song I thought was very cool. Liked the first single off of this upcoming record. And honestly thought it was a little bit more up my alley than the entire last album that we talked about. But this song in particular has got me a little bit more sold on the band and has me excited for this album.
I agree.
So I am excited. I think that this song in particular is a fucking rocker, and I'm stoked for more.
For sure. It feels like the energy shifted a bit on this one, because it feels like they actually have my attention now. The last couple of tracks, it was just kind of like not in one ear out the other, because I would listen to it and I'd be like, yeah, it was a good track, but it wouldn't grab me, I guess. This one specifically, though, this shit is good. This shit has something in it. I'm excited. I want more of this sound. So yeah. What's up? Hot Milk dropped a new single. Where does the light get in?
Han posted on her story that we should be ready to cry with this one when it came out, and I hear the emotional vibes on this song. They're not hiding it. She was absolutely correct for posting that.
Nice little warning.
And I like that. It is a different side to the band, because although we chatted with them about the last record and spoke about what was going on behind the scenes, that album was still very much in your face, and kind of had like a wall up or like a mask on with what was going on, and it was more so about what was just going on within the band and how crazy shit was at the time that was causing these emotions, whereas this is a little bit more of that wall pulled down, that mask off, and it's kind of just like putting it all out there, which I think is really cool. I've always liked what Hot Milk is doing. I think that this song is no exception. I'm excited for more. We're stoked to see them out on Sad Summer again, and to also be supporting some blink-182 dates, which is fucking awesome. What an opportunity. So, always been a supporter of this band, stoked to see what comes next.
I completely agree. You kind of took fucking everything. Great song. I love this band a lot. Always love seeing them just drop shit, because I always know it's going to be incredible. It's going to take my breath away. This one did not disappoint at all. I completely agree. You could hear the emotion. It's one of those tracks where we talk about, what is it? The Wonder Years, where you can hear that shit in the vocals, and that is always fucking pristine. I love it. It makes me so happy. I loved it a lot. I love this band. Great track.
Hell yeah. And for the last topic, Linkin Park dropped their new single, The Emptiness Machine. Now, I didn't know if I was going to check out new Linkin Park, because I respect what Linkin Park has done, respect all of that. But for me, it was never a band that I was super into. Me neither. I checked out Hybrid Theory a couple times, and I was like, I don't know if I get it, man. Like, this is cool. I respect it. I respect the influence they had on the genre of music that I enjoy. But I think I'm just going to leave it at that. The same way I leave it at that with System of a Down. Like, appreciate it. Love what you guys did, but I don't know if it's for me.
Yeah.
But then I started seeing the clips of Emily Armstrong, the new vocalist, performing, and I'm like, holy shit, man. Performing some of these older songs, and I'm like, she's up there fucking crushing it. And then I saw a clip of the new song, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then I listened to the new song, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I think I like the new Linkin Park.
Insane. Oh my god. So you did a complete 180.
Yeah. And it's making, like, you know, since then, a couple, like, they've always been this huge fucking thing, but now that they're so back, they are very much now, like, I turn on whatever serious heavy channel, and there's a 90% chance they're coming on in the duration, whether it be the new song or an old song. And I'm giving these old songs a chance now, because I'm hooked on this new song. It's a slightly different vibe from what I know Linkin Park to be. Like, obviously I know Mike Shinoda is the mastermind behind the band in terms of production, and he even wrote a lot of the lyrics. Chester is that voice that everybody loves so much, and, you know, he's a fantastic vocalist, but you know, Mike is kind of the mastermind behind the band. So but I think Emily in the vocal spot now, she's crushing the old stuff, but I'm a big fan of this new song. I like the message of the song. You know, I've been screaming these words back at myself for a week now. And I honestly really appreciate and enjoy her vocal delivery, because she's not, like, you know, there was a lot of talk about Linkin Park coming back and who they're coming back with, and if it was just going to be Mike doing vocals, or if it was going to be a female vocalist or a male vocalist. And, like, I was only half paying attention because I, quite frankly, at the time, didn't give a fuck.
Respectfully,
yes, respectfully, just established. I was like, I appreciate the band and what they did, but gonna stop trying to give it a shot because I've gave it a shot. So, you know, when seeing that, it was always in the back of my mind of, like, well, I hope they don't come back and whoever's doing it is just trying to recreate the magic, where I think that her vocal delivery is so awesome and is unique, but also gives the grit and the emotion that Chester's vocals gave to those lyrics as well. So I think that, you know, it's unique, but also still stands for the delivery that Linkin Park has always been known for. So I'm a huge fan of this song, and quite frankly, I'm amped on this new record. I never thought that I would say I'm, like, genuinely amped for a new Linkin Park album, or for Linkin Park at all, but I have been loving the fuck out of this single.
That is not at all what I expected. Okay. I have to, like, pivot my approach to this now. Okay, so same thing as you, where it's kind of like growing up and getting into the scene. Linkin Park has always been that band where it's kind of like Linkin Park, you know, credit where credit is due. They've done a lot for the scene, as you said. They've, like, my bands that I love probably would not be doing what they're doing right now, if at all, if it wasn't for Linkin Park. So it's kind of like Lil Wayne, where it's like, I respect, like, the shit he's done for rap and how he's inspired, like, my favorite artists.
Can't listen to it, though.
I just don't like his music, respectfully. Like, I don't like his flow, I don't like his voice, but
not
it's like,
a fan of the high-pitched squeal that he calls rap.
Like, I don't get it. But same with Linkin Park, where personally I've tried so many times. I tried so hard, and I got so far. I could not get into it, like, at all. I'm gonna leave it at that. But it was just not for me. So, seeing that they're coming back, well, they're back now, but seeing the news that, oh, there's a new vocalist, or they're unveiling something, or, you know, so there was all that buzz that was happening. I was like, oh.
I said something to you, and you were like, I can't get it off my timeline.
No, because it was just, like, genuinely, respectfully, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Because it was just like I was never into this band. Was never, like, a fan of even their big stuff. I would skip because I was just like, I just don't think it's good. I think it's overhyped. I never fucking, I would rather listen to like Limp Bizkit, you know, and that's saying a lot, you know. So
And she doesn't like Biscuit either.
exactly, I don't fucking like Biscuit either. So I mean, there goes fucking everyone, I guess. Um, I'm gonna do what you did for Rex Orange County, right? Where it's like I'm gonna take away any, you know, preconceived, you know, emotions, feelings about this band. I just had to get that out of the way. For what this song is and for what the sound is, I think they did it very, very well. I think her vocal delivery is incredible. It's very powerful. It's very strong. I like the grit that she has in her voice a lot. It's very classic rock-esque to me. Or just rock. I won't even say classic, because classic to me is more slow, but it's that very strong, powerful rock that I hear in her voice, which is awesome. I want more of those vocals just in the scene in general. So I'm happy that she is kind of leading that. And I think she was a great pick. I don't think that she was picked because she sounds like Chester, or they're trying to just mimic or echo what he did and the impact that he had on the scene and their music. I think she was picked just because she's a fucking crazy vocalist, and as she said, she kind of has that grit that is a tiny bit of an echo of what Chester had.
Yeah, it's the vocal delivery and the impact that the vocal delivery has on the words that are being sung, which is
exactly
part of what was so great about Chester and what I look for in my metal music in general.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So from that, I think it's great. I think she did an incredible job. Me personally, I don't think I'll be revisiting it. I mean, there's an album, right?
Yeah. Day after my birthday.
Happy birthday. I'll be listening to the new Linkin Park record. Yeah. Which am I excited for? Not really. But I'm excited to see what they do in a full record version.
Yeah.
Because again, a single's a single. You could fuck with a single, but then it could get repetitive. Yeah. We'll see. Also curious to see if, well, also I could just fucking check the credits, maybe watch an interview, or we can interview them. Hey, if you guys want to come on the podcast, let's interview you. Curious to see if she was brought in for writing or if they brought her in afterwards. Just kind of that type of thing. Do you have something?
So I haven't watched any interviews, although I want to watch the Zane Lowe interview they did because I think he's a fantastic interviewer. Absolutely. But I checked the Spotify credits and it just says written by Linkin Park. And I fucking hate when bands do that because then I have to go past Spotify to go figure it out. And I don't want to.
I gotta go to fucking Google now, guys.
I gotta go to Genius and hope Genius has the fucking answer for me.
Right.
But I digress. I still don't have the answer for you there yet.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I didn't look any further than that. I was like, I don't actually care enough.
Just fucking gave up there. So curious on that to see if she has any impact on the writing style or anything, or if she was just brought in after the fact and they kind of said, hey, sing this. Let's see what you got. And she passed the test. Excited to see what this does for the scene, specifically because Linkin Park was such a big deal and still is a big deal even before they came back. Curious to see what that does. And I know it's gonna make the scene blow up again because damn, seeing just a band from this genre take over the news like that is so crazy.
Yeah.
It is genuinely, it kind of blew my mind a little bit. I was like, why is everybody and their mother reporting on this? Because it's fucking Linkin Park. But it's also just like, damn, when was the last time we saw a band just be on the cover of every news source ever?
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy because
so
like it's not every day you get to see a band of this magnitude come back, and the last time that I would feel would be like My Chemical Romance.
Damn, don't even.
But
do they remember? Do they know that they're like still together?
I'm not
are they
entirely
gonna, like,
sure.
Break up again?
But like that was so like gradual and a lot of like what the fuck is going on, and maybe every news outlet and their mother did cover it, and I was just so fucking engrossed in what the fuck is happening right now.
There was a lot going on.
But like the fact that they came back and they did everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Tours up and starts on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And with heavy touring in 2025, and I've already heard some rumbles of some things that they'll be doing, and it's going to be bonkers. Album, single, performance introducing the new version of the band, because there are other members that didn't come back, you know, and some touring members and things of that nature. So reintroducing the band to the public, fucking fantastic, you know, really just gets everyone talking. You know, everyone was obviously talking about the Mike Hem reunion, but I feel like, you know, this is a almost a better way to come back, because Mike Hem really lengthened it out. Like, you got the tour, and you had all the build up to the tour announce, and then you had the tour announce, and then but it started like in Australia, and then you got UK, and then you finally got the US, and then closer to the start of the tour, finally a year and a half later, you got the first single surprise drop. And it's like, yes, maybe that fits their brand a little bit better than just being like, fuck you, here's everything. But but it's like, and it gets people talking about you multiple times versus all at once. But it's just like, even as someone that was like, had written off Linkin Park as like being a band that I would want to get into, even I was fucking engrossed, because I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? And it got me to check it out.
Yeah. True.
Because everyone was talking about everything happening at the same time. They played the song first, yada yada, like the whole kit and caboodle, and they just announced everything in one go. And also very excited to see them give Grandson the opportunity to open these dates. So cool. But yeah, the hype for this had me so excited that I was like, what if I went to Brooklyn next Monday to see this show? Because I'm like, why the fuck not? I ultimately decided not to do it. I conveniently, on purpose, because if I was awake, I would have bought the ticket, slept through the ticket on sale on Saturday. But I was like, what if? Like, I went to bed that night, I set an alarm to get up before the tickets went on sale, and then I was like, fuck that. Because I was like, I'm gonna go, and I'm not unless someone listening is like, I got a +1 and wants to bring me, I'm all ears.
But why the hell not?
Other than that, I'm excited. I never thought I would say that, but yeah, stoked to see what comes next. But that's all the topics we have today. So you can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. Instagram is Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Every audio streaming service out there is Good Noise Podcast. And Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Chloe's got your Patreon supporters, Twitch subs, your important plugs, your merch plug, your Amazon storefront plug, and then we're gonna sign off.
You got that shit down. That was clean as fuck.
Buttery smooth, man.
Nice. Hell yeah. Check out our merch. It is goodnoisepodcast.creator-spring.com. Check out our Amazon storefront. It has all the bits and bobs that we use to create this podcast.
How fun.
It has our monitors, our cameras, our mics, fucking everything. Go check it out. If you buy something, we get a little commission that helps us do more shit for the podcast. And that's awesome. Please buy something so Shane can fucking upgrade his mic plug. Thank you.
Or the mic.
Or the mic. Honestly, dude, just get what I have. Just fucking get what I have.
Dude, just buy the $300 mic, man. Yeah.
It's on sale. They have one that's on sale for like $170 something. I'm so serious.
It's not bad.
Patreon supporters. Thank you, Matt from Pulses, Zari, Pop Punk Apologist, David Arrington, Tyson from Heal the Hurt, and Eric. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to our Twitch subs, Matt, again from Pulses. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you, everybody. You guys are
Thank you guys. Appreciate you a lot. Important plugs: Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, Free Palestine, be a decent person, vote in November. Please vote. You can't complain about shit that happens if you don't fucking vote. You get that fucking right taken away. I don't want to hear any fucking people saying shit if you didn't vote. And yeah, support small bands, small local bands.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's all we have today. I've been Shane.
I've been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. See you when we see you. Bye.
Bye.